Hey, this is Devin. The guys on Muddy Car Mods forum asked me to show them how I did my in-dash garage door opener. I wanted to start off by showing you guys the finished product. Okay, this is the finished product. Over here on the right is the garage door opener. This over here is my Bluetooth, hands-free cell phone stuff. The nice thing about the car I have is it has these delete plates. They're real cheap to replace, so if you mess them up, they're not that bad. If your car doesn't have these, I'd recommend finding a different spot to put it, or just be careful when you use the ones that are in your dash, if you have any. You could also put it in your headliner, or maybe under the seat. I know in some countries, like Australia and New Zealand, some people have problems with the in-dash or inside headliner garage door openers that come stock with some of the cars, especially the luxury cars. They just don't have the frequencies. So a universal garage door opener will fix that problem. This is the jimmy rigged portion of the garage door opener. I basically just made a remote switch. It's not a big deal. Very simple, very easy to do. Went out and bought a garage door opener, a universal garage door opener from like an electronics store. This is a connector from actually a computer fan I had lying around. Really cheap, really effective. If I need to remove it, I can. So that way, because really, this thing will not fit through that hole. So it makes life easy. I also used a spring-loaded switch, and here is the result. Press the button. Garage door goes up. Okay, this is the gist about of everything you're probably going to need. A pair of wire strippers. They don't have to be crazy. These ones are. A stand like this helps out a lot, just so you don't have to fiddle with anything. A soldering iron, solder, some Velcro, universal garage door opener, heat shrink, that delete plate. This is the basically it's been pre-done. I did it myself. It just takes a couple hours if you do it by hand. If you use a drill, be careful because it will melt the plastic. That's the backing screw for the switch, a spring-loaded switch, the wire connector that you saw in the beginning, and let's start showing you how to do this. Okay, before you actually put everything together, I want to show you a few things. These are the connections. Let's see, this is the inside of your garage door opener. If you flip it over, and these are the switches which control the garage door's function. Before you solder everything together, take a length of wire or the switch itself and just play around. Take, the exposed ends and touch two of these connections together, and that should complete a circuit. That way you can tell which one will actually complete the circuit and open the garage door. Most switches are very simple and you just need to actually touch two ends together. So in the case of mine, it really doesn't matter as long as the button's programmed. For this actually to work though, you need the battery to be installed. Mine is not installed. I have already done this before. I am just redoing it to show you guys what to do. If you are really into it or really worried about ruining the universal garage door opener, you may use a multimeter. But mine was cheap. It was not a big deal. Oh yeah, but before you put it together, this is the back of the garage door opener. I ground out a little bit so the wires would fit through. These are the wires. The one with the white end is the one that's going to be coming out the back. You can super glue it in there, you can do whatever you want. I used Velcro. Very easy to use, very easy to take out if I ever need to get in there to change the battery, anything I can. Also leave a service loop so you can unscrew the back plate. Sorry for the dodgy iPod camera work. So yeah, sorry. That's all I got. Okay, real quick tip. Before you actually solder anything to the circuit board, you should wick the wires. I've done that already. These are the wires that have been wicked. They already have solder on them. I don't recommend doing it with just tacking. Also use a clean soldering iron. It makes it a lot easier. Okay, this is the finished product as far as the soldering goes. Just, you know, make sure you solder the right connections. It doesn't really matter which is a power and which is a ground because it's a switch. It's a simple switch. As long as the circuit's completed, it's happy. If you really want to be, you know, to the T, you can just, you know, use the multimeter and find the power, find the ground. Either way, it's a loop. It just needs to be completed and it'll complete the circuit and go. The two connections are soldered. I left some length so you can pull it apart if you need to. And we just button it up and stick it back in the car like you saw in the beginning, and it's done.